Hey everybody, Jason and Sarah here, coming to you from Zone 8B in South Carolina. Um, kind of our first YouTube video here, and uh, we have a small farm, small family farm that we, grow vegetables for ourselves. We have a few pigs, chickens, kind of raising our kids to learn and understand about providing for yourself, helping out your neighbors, bartering for things. So today we actually got our seed order in. So the very first YouTube video we wanted to share with you guys was our Baker Creek seed order. The last, 2 years now, that's what we've gone with. We've actually really enjoyed Baker Creek, the variety they offer. We always order their seed catalog. We found that it's just fun. We try different things every time. We try different vegetables, varieties of vegetables. Even had some of our own strangely cross-pollinate, which was interesting. But yeah, we just wanted to share with you guys our Baker Creek seed order. And yeah, let's do this thing.
Well, we didn't get the fancy packaging. On Facebook, there were some people that got some fancy packaging. Alright. Okay, we'll start with rice. Bush beans. I did these last year. They're pretty good. Green beans. Pretty standard.
Those are the ones we did up over the trellis?
No, they're bush. Bush.
Oh, bush beans.
So in the raised bed. Alright. Sugar daddy peas, which you can only grow in the spring and the fall. And I love these. I can never get enough of them to take inside because we just eat them out of the garden. These have been wanting to try for a long time. They are Brad's Atomic Grape, and I guess they're one of the most popular tomatoes from Baker Creek. They're just a smaller, kind of like a grape tomato. So that's exciting.
Yeah, our cherry tomatoes and grape tomatoes last year, and really our tomatoes in general, did not do well. We had really, really good luck with our paste tomatoes. Our Romas did great, but our other tomatoes really struggled this last year, 2022.
Where I planted them, there was some really bad drainage, and I didn't realize it. So that was a lesson learned. So hopefully this year we can do better on drainage and, where soil and water collect. All right. Dill. We eat a lot of dill. We love Greek food. I grew little bits of dill here and there last year. I actually did some dill in between some pepper and tomato plants. It's a good companion plant. And that did really well. So I just ran out, and yeah. Some squash. I usually do Black Beauty, but this is the Ford hook. Slightly curved. So I'm excited because we love zucchini. And of course squash. This is straight neck, so it's a little bit more bumpy, and it doesn't have the little hook like the crook neck squash are. So super yummy. And then another squash we're gonna try is a honey nut squash. The first year we gardened at this house, we just did 4 small raised beds, and I bought a butternut squash from the store and saved the seeds and said, hey, maybe I'll grow some butternut squash. And I did, and it did amazing. And so I saved a bunch of seeds the next year and did it again. And so I'm just branching out this year and seeing if I can grow something different and kind of keeping it fun. One of my challenges for myself this year is to grow Brussels sprouts. I've heard they are challenging to grow. I also have researched that you start them in the middle of summer and you harvest them into the winter months. That's when they really develop the little cabbage heads, which makes sense because you grow cabbage in the spring and fall. So that is the Groninger Brussels sprouts. So we'll see. This is Gustave's butterhead lettuce. I love butterhead lettuce, and I don't know who doesn't, even if it's just a little bit on a burger. So good. So here in the next couple months, I'll be growing a lot of lettuce, and I have a couple other varieties that I like to do, but I'm excited to start a new variety.
Yeah, this last year was really big. Lettuce was great. We did butter bib, just awesome for salads at home. We eat a lot of salads, a lot of fresh food. So like even down to like she was saying, Greek food, Italian food. We eat a lot of that. So fresh tomatoes, fresh cilantro, stuff like that is huge in our garden. Stuff we really enjoy.
Which is what I have here, cilantro. This is a slow bolt, so I guess it can kind of force the heat a little bit better and survive. But I actually planted some the rest of my cilantro about a month ago in the garden, and it actually stays warm enough here that it grows. So it's really nice to just be able to go out and pick some cilantro whenever I need it. Have like a whole bed of it, and I mean, we love it. And you don't have to keep it, in your fridge and try and keep it fresh in your fridge. So we eat a lot of it. All right. Spring onions. We love spring onions, green onions, whatever you want to call it. These are called the ishikura. Does that look right?
I think so.
Ishikura.
Sounds
Spring
right.
onion. So it never forms a bulb. Kind of keeps that small little white part at the bottom. But I buy green onions every single time I go to the grocery store. So these are fun because you can stick them anywhere. You could stick them in between tomato plants or in between anywhere, as long as it's a good companion plant, and it'll deter pests. And then you can just, pick them whenever you're ready for them. They don't really go bad in the soil or over ripen or anything. Last year we grew strawberry watermelon, and it was in an in-ground bed that we had just tilled up and amended. So they didn't really do too well. We got some like small ones, but they're supposed to get really big. So this year I tried a different kind of melon. This is the Petit Gris de Rennes. Petit Gris de Rennes. I think it said it's kind of like a cantaloupe. Super sweet, flavorful. And what does it say? Is it trellised? I'll have to figure that out. But my two little girls love cantaloupe. Their Gma always gives them cantaloupe when they go to her house. So I said, let's grow it because we need some fruit. Calendula. I've never grown calendula. These are called the Snow Princess. Some white flowers. I had some sunflowers last year I did, zinnias, and some dahlias. Kind of just trying to look to expand my flowers and, be able to build bouquets. And I really enjoyed that last year, having fresh flowers on the dining room table and giving people fresh flower bouquets. And, I just think it brings a lot of joy and happiness and bees to your garden. So more bees, more flowers that are pollinated, and therefore more vegetables. These are exciting. Speaking of pollinators, I am trying another new flower called the Bachelor's Button. I heard these are really good for bouquets as well, really good cut flowers. This is the classic artistic mix, so kind of fun. I've never really seen these flowers before. I hope they're easy enough to grow, but we'll find out. All right, we have, another thing that I'm challenging myself this year along with the Brussels sprouts is celery. It's another thing I like to buy at the grocery store every week. And I've actually had celery grow out of my compost. So if it can grow out of my compost, I know I can grow it too. So this will be exciting. That is the Deline variety. All right, and then we have the Blauhide purple pole beans. We grew these last year, but I grew them late because I did the dragon's tongue, pole bean, and then they died off and I pulled them down, and then I started these. We had what, probably about 3 weeks of getting them, and then we got our first frost, and they were the best beans ever. And I said, these are the ones that were growing next year. We didn't really much care for the dragon's tongue.
Yeah, the dragon's tongue almost had like a semi-bitter, semi-sweet taste, but they just weren't.
They weren't.
I guess they weren't really the flavor maybe we were looking for.
They were not a pole bean. They're the bush bean. They're bush bean. But
this wasn't really, wasn't really what
these
we were
are our
looking
favorite. So the jade bush beans we're doing instead, and then these pole beans. We have 2 arch trellises, like cattle panel arch trellises. So we're able to do a lot of these. Usually I can do the whole packet along the cattle panel, the 2 cattle panels on one side and then on the other side. And they kind of meet up, and they get so long they even go, they bush up and get crazy on the top. So that's crazy. And then the rest of our tomatoes. Thought this was intriguing. The mortgage lifter tomato. We always talk about, being debt free and not having any, car payment and paying off our house. And wouldn't that be great? Because, you go work a simple job and all the money you make, you can, save or go on vacations or, do hobbies and spend time with your family. So funny. Let's see, maybe we could lift our mortgage with this one. Joke's on you. All right. Last year I did a different variety of Roma tomatoes. They were a little small, and so this year I'm trying the Amish paste, and they said that they're a little bit bigger, so maybe it'll be less tedious to make tomato sauce with these. So I'm excited about that. And then I wanted to do a regular cherry tomato, so these are the Chadwick cherry tomatoes. They had pretty good reviews online. So I kind of went with that because there's a lot of options. And then last but not least, we have our free seed. So we'll do this last. This is interesting. We already have this. The Merlot lettuce. Actually, well, is it the same one?
I think that's what we had, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was
Merlot
good.
something, but it's really good. It's like a romaine, and it has like a green bottom, but then it gets red at the top, and it's actually kind of buttery, but it's very crisp and it's really good. It grows well. So thank you. And then, what is this?
Hot pepper?
How do you say that?
Datil, I think.
Hot peppers? Blazing hot. It says blazing hot, blunt little 3.5-inch fruits. Vicious
Should be
heat.
interesting.
Complex fruity flavor.
I love the hot peppers. Over by our barn is where I really want to plant them, keep them separate from our garden, and we'll explain that in a later video. But guys,
let's just say our jalapenos weren't very mild last year. They were pretty hot jalapenos. All right, well, that is our seed haul, and thank you for watching us. We are pretty inexperienced, but we are here to inspire you, and we never want to come across as we know it all or anything, but
if you guys have questions, ask us. We're on this journey together with our family, and again, providing for our family, growing with our family, showing our kids some of the ways we grew up, and kind of developing that in them and establishing that in them at a young age. We'll have some more videos just kind of showing you guys around what we've done around our house, what stuff has worked for us, what has not worked for us. Just different little trials, I guess you could say, test runs on things that we've done, but all have been fun. They've just been interesting is the best way to put it. But if you guys liked our video, I don't know, plant your finger on that like button or something, subscribe. We'll keep videos coming, and again, we just wanted to share with you guys and enjoy hanging out. So, all right, bye.
See you later.
Ciao.